Here's an American Family News update for your Monday. I'm Bronson Woodruff. Israel launched a wave of airstrikes across southern Lebanon early Sunday in what it said was a preemptive strike on Hezbollah. The terrorist group responded that it had launched hundreds of rockets and drones to avenge the killing of one of its top commanders last month. The heavy exchange of fire does not appear to have started a long-feared war, but the situation does remain tense. Meanwhile, Egypt on Sunday hosting high-level talks aimed at brokering a ceasefire in the 10-month-old Israel-Hamas war in Gaza, which diplomats hope will tamp down regional tensions. Today marks the third anniversary of the suicide bombing in Afghanistan that killed 13 service members. Former President Donald Trump is expected to tie Vice President Kamala Harris to the disastrous withdrawal. Trump is expected to visit Arlington National Cemetery to pay his respects to the service members killed in that bombing. It happened outside of the Kabul airport. Trump will then go to Michigan to address the National Guard Association of the United States Conference. Since President Biden ended his re-election bid, Trump has been zeroing in on Harris, now the Democratic presidential nominee, and her roles in foreign policy decisions. He specifically highlights the vice president's admission that she was the last person in the room before Biden made the decision on Afghanistan. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz vowed to toughen knife laws and step up deportations of rejected asylum seekers today as he visited the scene of the knife attack in which an Islamic terrorist from Syria is accused of killing 3 people. It happened at a festival marking the city's 650th anniversary. Scholz spoke after he joined regional officials in laying a white flower at a makeshift memorial in the western city of Solingen. He said he was furious and angry about the attack, in which 8 people were also wounded. The suspect, 26 years old, turned himself in to police on Saturday evening, a day after the attack. Federal prosecutors said on Sunday that he shared the radical ideology of the Islamic State terrorist group, which he joined at some unknown point, and was acting on those beliefs. Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance says Donald Trump would not support a national abortion ban if elected president and would veto such legislation if it landed on his desk. "I can absolutely commit that," Vance said when asked on NBC's Meet the Press whether he could commit to Trump not imposing such a ban. Vance said, quote, "Donald Trump's view is that we want the individual states and their individual cultures and their unique political sensibilities to make these decisions, because we don't want to have a non-stop federal conflict over this issue," end quote. The Ohio senator also insisted that Trump would veto such legislation if it were passed by Congress. And that'll do it for this American Family News update. Thanks so much for watching. Also, be sure and check us out on AFN.net for much more news from a Christian perspective. I'm Bronson Woodruff.